Alright, what's good everyone? This is Rossel. I'm taking a page out of Bluntgut's book, fellow guildie here at Celestials. These are my attacks against Astraphobia. Don't see a lot of GvG content on here, so I figured I'd give it a shot and see if anyone watches it. So, let's get into this. First attack, up against mhepac. I got this from a fellow guildie. Do you stream me? If you watch these, please feel free to correct me there. First up, these are all pre-recorded, just so that you know. First off, we drop a tank. Then the plan is to absorb the ults there, toss a Knight of Destruction in, and keep his ass solid with the Fool. You'll see in a second here. Alright, yep. Hatssut gone, Ajax gone, Brokkir alt gets triggered while we're at it. Then we have the Knight of Destruction's fat ass on the way. We have the Fool there to keep him sturdy. Then another Knight of Destruction, and another Fool. I think my affiliations are just a little bit lower than my fellow guildie here, so I had a bit more trouble keeping this going, but as you'll see, it ended up being a successful attack anyway, so no worries there. Then once we churn through Brokkir, it's just a matter of keeping Valde busy, tossing some archers, and GG, no problem there. For the future, yeah, I'm probably not going to have these pre-recorded, but you know what? This is something I don't do very often, so baby steps, right? There, Belt's busy, toss in the archers, and then just have fun with the dogs. Now, do Streamy, he was able to crack through Valderon, and it doesn't really matter. I had to do it with the dogs, but, you know, wasn't that big of a deal. Next attack is I Beat You. This one is pretty simple. You just bait alt with the Lego Flyer and sneak on through. This probably requires a pretty high affiliation, just letting you know now. We want to make sure to bait everyone whose alt is relevant, so that's going to be both Aracha and Hatssut. Then it's both rare flyers, and as quick as possible you want to send in the epics. And then just pray to God that Hatssut can't kill everybody. Which, by the way, she did. So now I send in the other Lego Flyer. Again, I think both my affiliation was a little bit lower for this, and the rare flyers, he used level 8, I have level 7. Probably didn't help. But yeah, no real worries here. I was able to sneak through. Next attack, we have a standard bombing run against Basse. I'm calling him Basse. I don't know if there's anything else to call him. And then no bait, no nothing for the alts, just send in the bugs. Level 5 bombers for me, don't know what level the spiders are. And I did this one wrong. I planned on sending 1 bomb and 2 counts of spiders. Clearly did not do that, and it still worked anyway, so pretty happy with that. But yeah, definitely not what I wanted to do with a front-facing Hatssut. But now that Hatz is dead, and Carnelian is not that great of a healer, it just comes down to overwhelming force. The, what are they called? Uncommon Destroyers and the Axe Boys. The Axe... I don't know, they're Axe Boys. Healer for good measure, of course. Only level 4 Axe Boys, they could definitely use with an upgrade, but yeah, this was a pretty standard attack, all things considered. And then spiders, like, just in case. Look at that, free arena ticket. Next attack is Basse round 2. Yeah, Basse round 2. Took on both of his teams here. Nyx was a surprising pain in my ass, just to get that out here now. Start off with Knight of Destruction, and then a Fool, which is becoming a bit of a standard play. The Fool keeps the Knight shielded, and the Knight does some pretty good damage. Then, as quick as possible, slam a fat boy down. That's what they're called now, fat boys. But as you can see, Nyx is causing a lot more trouble than I expected. This is somewhat of a standard defense template that we've seen from them, except Nyx is a flex spot. Sometimes it's Theowin, sometimes it's Sargak. I wasn't expecting Nyx to be all that much of an issue, to be honest, so I kind of went in here mindlessly, just ready to copy, right? And then I just saw these fools getting ground down, so I was trying desperately to toss in some healers and keep things going. It became painfully obvious that we were not going to chip through Brokkir, so I was just lining everything up to be able to toss in dogs for the win, which did end up happening. So again, I can't really complain, but these can go south a little bit quicker than you think. Making sure, of course, to expend Ajax's ult before I just send those dogs into their death. And then, boom, and then boom, win. Not easy. Next up is Besiktarn. This is one of my few losses, and can you tell why? Alright. You got 3 guesses. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it's Maw. Yeah, Maw is absolutely terrible. I don't know why I keep trying him. I mean, to be fair, I see Harz, I think Maw. But he just does not have what it takes to crack through here. And I was relying, I guess, on having the Red Hood girls just take care of Brokkir while we were at it, right? And then just fly on through or toss in the dogs. And as you're about to see, that did not happen. Now, Maw is a hell of a tank, but that's about it. His auto kill or instant whatever, it can chip through Brokkir, but it's not just Brokkir here, right? It's Brokkir, it's Harz, and then it's Valk giving another Brokkir, and God forbid he has A5, you're just not getting through him. So you can see the healers come in. I'm desperate to keep these red bitches from dying, and of course they do. So I'm seeing the writing on the wall. Maw can't even do the auto instant kill on Brokkir, so I'm throwing everything I got at it, and it's just not enough. You see, we just now killed Brokkir to trigger the Valk revive, which means we've got to do it again, and there's just not enough time. Especially since Maw is dead. And alright, there it is. I decided to include the failures. There's one other, just to keep it real, I guess. Just show you what the thought process was and keep myself honest. Now, having said that, I did come in for the revenge play. And for revenge, we had the little rare fighters, the little fighters that could. These things can chip through a mountain, and Brokkir just happens to be one. So let's burn that first life early, shall we? Iceberg is gone, and for some reason, this took me a while to internalize myself. The Axe Boys are a lot tankier than the red bitches are, even when it comes to magic damage, which is weird. But they seem to be. So here they are in all the glory up against Brokkir, and watch him get melted way faster this time. Now, I will say that these healers came out because I was getting a little scared. And rightfully so, because if I didn't summon them, they probably would have died. So there we go, much earlier we have the Valk revive, and everyone's looking relatively okay. So I'm feeling pretty good at this point. There we go, Brokkir's dead, and then we're just gonna churn straight through Harz, and while we're at it, summoning the Lego Flyers to just clean up everything else. Now, I'll be honest and say I did not pay attention to Valk's ult. Fortunately, that didn't seem to be an issue. And then dogs, just for the fun of it. Next up is Big Dong with an interesting Praetus defense. Strategy is fairly straightforward. We're tossing in some archers to take care of this bait Marri up front. I will chew that bait. Because not only are we going to be taking care of Marri, who is a massive pain in the ass. I had a lot of guildmates fail on this one. We're also going to trigger Praetus's ult, and it's going to line up pretty well with Arrogance's, so you know where we're going next. Double rares. Toss an epic, and just skate on through. Given Praetus and Arrogance are both single target hitters, I really wasn't feeling any semblance of fear on this one. So, you know, there you go, nice and quick. Last attack is Arceus' defense. This one I tried to workshop with a fellow guildie. Bad news. You've probably heard him from Blunt Guts' channel here. Problem is, not a lot of our guild mates were able to replicate this one, so I actually had to. And then, bad news was trying to go up against that. So I wasn't able to get a hang of these timings. I tried watching what replay there was available, and there you see I dropped the spiders way too quickly there, so they're going to pass straight through, straight past the bombers here, and then that's just going to cause the whole attack to fall apart. See, where we're almost there, we'd have the Speed Boy just to hopefully, you know, I want to say guarantee, but not guarantee, just give us better odds of those spiders getting caught, and then the bombers getting through and able to blow up. And then ideally it would have killed Carnelian. It either would have killed or triggered the Undying on Aracha, and then, you know, preferably also on Sargak and Ardea as well. And then the idea was to toss in these mages and clean everything up, and then just toss in the Lego Flyers if needed, or the spiders to get all the points. But again, this one fell apart. You know, still giving it the old college try, tossing these guys in here, but I knew this was gone. And Ardea just humiliating us at the end there. Alright, so ultimately a pretty good war from my perspective. You know, my attacks 6 and 2, one of them was definitely not a guarantee, and then the Maw was, you know, trying to show off, that kind of backfired. But yeah, pretty solid attacks. Unfortunately, we are kind of bringing up the rear in this war. We started off doing pretty well, but then, you know, the last couple of hours, they started to chip away at our life here, so it's kind of close, but not really, right? But, yeah, so this is how this war went. Thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, you know, the one of you, but, by all means, you know, like, share, whatever, give me a comment so that you know, I absolutely hated this, don't do it again, so that I'll know to make 5 more videos. Perfect. So yeah, thank you very much, and let's see how this goes.